Hello, and welcome to my Town of Salem 2 tier list. This is the tier list of every single role in the entire game, plus these guys. And let me just do some first things. Add a row below, add a row below. Set this thing up. First, so we have the normal S, A, B, C, F, D. Whoa, that got out of order, but point still stands. But we gotta get some new bottom tiers. Does not exist in normal game modes. Mostly all any, because that's what I usually play, but also ranked. So we're gonna be including pirate. We're not gonna be including stuff like Cursed Soul or Vampire. And then Epoch transforms. These are all the Apocalypse transformations. I'm going to be ranking them as one in a whole role. So, like, Soul Collector's also meshed in with Death. Baker's meshed in with War. I mean, not War, but sorry, I can't word, but, like... Baker's meshed in with Famine. Yeah. With that out of the way, let's start this thing. Let's start off with... Admirer. What can Admirer do for the town? Oh, wait, I forgot to say my criteria. S is, like, the toppest of top tier roles. They change the game completely. They shape it completely fucking around them. A tier is, like, very powerful roles that can definitely change the fate of the game. B tier are roles that are decently powerful. C tier are roles that are about average amount of power. D tier roles are a little bit lacking power. And F tier roles, well, I think we can get those two out of the way first. F tier number 1. Wait, no, I should probably... F tier number 1. Coroner... Oh, wait, sorry. F tier number 1 is Coroner. Coroner... Here's how the role works. Basically, what you do, you check someone's corpse every day, and then you can point out that specific killer. It is specifically worse Invest. There is no situation where you'd want a Coroner more than Invest, and Invest isn't even that good of a role. Like, Prosecutor right now is just a better deputy. But, like, Coroner has no reason to exist. Deputy has a reason to exist, but Coroner does not. Coroner is dumb. Coroner is bad. Coroner sucks. Nobody likes it. And F tier number 2, the worst role in Town of Salem, your Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is the least powerful Coven role. That is no opinion. That is a fact. What Dreamweaver does is if you visit someone, they're now dreamwoven, and then if they go without a town member visiting them the next night, they go insane, which makes them visit randomly. What sucks about that is that most of the roles don't care if they're insane. Town Protective? Okay. Sure, why not? Town Investigative? Alright, why not? The only people that care are, like, the Jailer. Or, like, any of the NKs. And I feel like you should have more problems if NKs are insane. The only way this role is actually kind of decent is if there's a Voodoo Master in the game. Alright, back to doing this in alphabetical order, because every one of these roles remaining is in the normal game modes. I think I've double checked. Admirer. Admirer is D tier. Nobody wants to be proposed to. Nobody wants to be life-linked by a potential admirer. Nobody really wants that. But at the same time, you can't just go around asking for toxic relationships, because they're going to decline it too. So it's just a lose-lose. You lose one way, you lose the other. So, Admirer, you get jack shit done. Amnesiac is average because you can remember any role. It's the most average of average roles. I don't like it, but, like, it's the most fucking definitively average. It's the easiest placed role on this entire tier list. Alright. Next up, we have ourselves Arsonist. Arsonist is A tier. And you're like, I know. Arsonist, A tier? What? I never see them win. Well, Arsonist is A tier because Arsonist completely changes the game. If you have an Arsonist in the game, they can just ignite you. You can just all die. And honestly, I'm pretty sure Arsonist is like the most common NK win. If you're going to win as NK, you're going to do so as an Arsonist. Arsonist is just that much better than all its NK camaraderies. But, like, it's not S tier. It's not like, oh, if you have an Arsonist in the game, you're fucked. Arsonist automatically wins. Alright, Baker. What to say about Baker? I think it's, like, low C tier, high D tier. When famine pops out, people are fucking scared for their life. But it's pretty hard to get all three breads down. Unless you're, like, really good. But, like, if you're pretty observant, you can get all of the breads down, actually. So, and when famine pops out, it's really good. A lot of people die. But here's the thing. You're left with 3 people who don't want famine in the game, and you, the famine. Even if Coven kills one of them, you're gonna get lynched. You're gonna die. You're fucked either way. They're gonna hang you. Like, neutral apocalypses are best when they're like, oh, they didn't find me this day, I win the game. Berserker. Berserker is an exception to that neutral apocalypses are the best one. Oh, you didn't find me, I win the game rule. Berserker, what Berserker does is it's a constantly killing role that constantly grows every time you kill someone. It's like the Juggernaut in Town of Salem 1. Every time you kill someone, you get better. You start off killing Knight 2, but eventually you kill every Knight, and then eventually, I'm pretty sure War gets to kill 2 people. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just haven't played War that much. But the thing is, when someone sees War, they're not like, oh shit, we gotta find War. No, they're already still trying to find Burrs. But still, Berserker is really good. It's a powerful attack. It doesn't have Rampage like Werewolf, but it's still pretty good. I mean, it does get Rampage eventually, but it doesn't automatically have Rampage. Bodyguard, Bodyguard, Bodyguard. I would say it's top of D tier. Because when you get their payoff, you get paid off. You just kill someone. And you save an important town member's life. But it doesn't happen that often. It's really good if you get it. But, like, you'll never get it. I mean, actually, it's more common than you would think. I think it's better than Amni, at least. I think it's better than Amni. Now, Cleric. Cleric is pretty bad. Cleric, you just bury someone, and oopsie daisy. You just killed... I mean, not you just killed, but, like, you just bury someone, and oopsie daisy. That's it. You bury someone, nothing happens to the person that you attack. You get 1 free night. That's all you get with Cleric. And it's just as hard to do with Bodyguard. What the fuck were they thinking? Conjurer. Conjurer is high A tier. Conjurer is insane. What Conjurer is, you just get one nuke to just obliterate whoever you want. You can just decide, I don't think I like 15. Let me just kill them. And then you just fucking yeet a meteor at their face, and they die. If someone's sussing you, fucking shoot a meteor at their face. If someone's pushing you, fucking shoot a meteor at their face. You can solve any problem by fucking shooting a meteor at their face. I would say it may be bottom of S. Conjurer is just that good. Now, Coven Leader? Coven Leader is high A. Actually, no, I don't think it's better than Arsonist. Middle of A tier. I think it's one of the weaker CPOWs. One of the weaker... Actually, no, it's not that weak. Because what you get with Coven Leader... Because Coven Leader has some unique traits. It can either have basic defense, or you can have it have a powerful attack and be immune to roadblocks. Both of these are useful in their own way. So if you find like a pesky baker you want out, you can just kill him, which is nice, without having to use Conjurer Meteors. Because Conjurer's still busted. But like, backed up by the wrong Coven, a Coven Leader isn't that special. It's like a serial killer that can kind of do what a serial killer does, but not really. And serial killer's not even that good of a role. Crusader. Crusader is a low B tier. Because the thing with Crusader is you can easily confirm yourself. You go on someone, you accidentally kill someone, you get confirmed. But you can also kill like 3 town. And it can be pretty bad. It's pretty rough if you have to come back from losing 3 town to Crusader. It's pretty rough. But at the end of the day, sacrificing 1 life for a confirmed town, which is usually what will happen, is worth it. And it's extremely worth it if the Crusader manages to kill off, like, I don't know, a Coven Leader using powerful attack, or an Enchanter, or a Hexmaster, and any Coven, actually. Except, like, Grit and Necro, that kind of stuff. Now, Deputy. Deputy is interesting, because it is a worse version of Prosecutor. However, Deputy is high A tier. Which just goes to show how insane Prosecutor's ability is. What Deputy does is you can just decide to kill someone. And then it's done. You just have killed them. It is 1 shot, 1 powerful attack during the day. You get basically a free hang once, which is insanely good. The only drawback is that if you accidentally kill a townie, you have to die. Which is exactly what the Vigilante has to do anyway, so it's not that bad. You do only get 1 charge of this, though. So you better use it wisely. And also, don't fucking shoot day 2. I see so many fucking people shoot day 2. It's dumb. It's stupid. Why would you ever shoot day 2? You have no info. You just say, oh, I just don't like 9 today, and they're dead, and it's probably a townie, so you die too. Anyways, rant over. Back to the tier list. Doomsayer. It's one of the neutral roles ever. What Doomsayer is, it's like Ritualist, but you gotta guess 3 times. And it's not super difficult to win as Doomsayer, but it's not like super easy. I feel like they're top of C tier, low B tier. Yeah, I'll say low B tier. Actually, no, top of C tier, because if a tracker calls you out for not visiting someone, it's probably over at that point. But then again, you can still claim Doom, and town might not lynch you. Alright, Enchanter. Enchanter's interesting. Because The way people play it, it's F tier, honestly. Right here next to Coroner. But the way it should be played, I feel it's like high D tier. Because right now, people play it as Forger from ToS2 1. Actually, not Forger, but like Framer. The other one that Enchanter just got lumped into. People just decide to enchant everybody. However, people keep forgetting about the ability to alterate wills, which can be huge for, like, town, because, like, oh, you can just say, oh, I killed the marshal, never mind, he was the investigator, ha. And I feel like that deception is not being used to its fullest potential right now. Or, like, you can force disconnect and say, oh, they were Coven leader. Surprise, there's 4 Coven at the end of the game. You lose. But, like, nobody does that. Nobody fucking does that. It's bad. Executioner is S tier. At least right now. Because the deal with Executioner right now is that this is Marshal's first time in the game. This is the first patch introducing Marshal. I expect it to get nerfed because it is overpowered. It is fucking overpowered. We'll get into that more when we get into Marshal. But all you need to know right now is that Marshal makes it really easy for Executioner to win. Marshal makes it fucking baby mode. If Marshal didn't exist, I would consider having this like be like B tier. But like Marshal makes this game fucking baby mode. Marshal makes Executioners just go to sleep. And the worst part is, when the Executioner inevitably wins, the game fucking freaks out about it and doesn't show you the Marshal's rolls until, like, freaking the day after, and also just decides to reveal random people's rolls and put them in the graveyard. I don't fucking know, okay? It's Marshal's buggy right now. It's a mess. Hexmaster. Hexmaster. I feel like Hexmaster goes below Amnesiac but above Baker. Because the deal with Hexmaster is, yes, you can get like off a huge Hex Bomb, but the fast-paced way the Town of Salem is going right now, it's not likely that you're going to get everybody hexed. And even if you do, you're just going to be like at Coven majority, and you just end the game like 3 seconds faster. You've already won. You just made it quicker. Actually, I think it's worse than Baker. And Enchanter. And actually Admirer as well, but it's not worse than Cleric. It has no right to be called a C power right now. It is not powerful. I'm gonna be real. Hexmaster is very underpowered. I think it needs a buff. But, like, I don't know how you would buff it, though. Maybe make hexes do this the same thing to investigators, except instead of modifying their results, they just have them show blood. That'd probably make it B tier. It could be like better Enchanter. Illusionist. I feel like it's the average Coven roll, but like it did get buffed recently, so I will put it at top of C tier. You can track the thing is, you could track an Illusionist before this patch. You could track them. But now, Illusionist is Astral. So you're not going to get that free Coven off them anymore. However, you're still worse than Amnesiac. Because of one roll. And we'll get into that. But all you need to know is that one roll invalidates Illusionist. But if that roll isn't in the game, you're good. And does it get used? Actually, I feel like it doesn't get much use. I feel like Illusionist is just like a little bit better Enchanter, because it does help you keep your Coven alive. But yeah, actually no, bottom of C tier. Actually no, because of the whole girl thing, top of D tier. That's my final statement on it. Investigator. Investigator is C tier. Invest has fallen off. I'm gonna be real. It used to be such like an impressive role, but now it's just You can see if someone attacks someone that night. You can't see most other evils, though. I guess you can see NKs when Sheriff can't. Okay. Can't see most of the Coven, though, and that's who you really need out. Jailer. Jailer is probably bottom of S. Actually, no, I feel like it's better than Conjure, but not as good as Execution. Oh, where did that go? It is better than Conjure, but worse than Executioner right now. The simple truth is this. Jailer can kill 3 people in a game. And Jailer has restraint. Jailer, unlike a certain other someone we'll get to later, Marshall, hint hint, Marshall, Jailer has restraint. And so if you're playing against a good Jailer, you're probably going to get 3 evils. Or like a Jester, and like 2 evils. Or whatever. If you have a good Jailer. Bad Jailers only get to squander their own self. And you get to confirm yourself as town. Jailer is insanely overpowered, and it has always been. But it's also been the balanced version of overpowered, since you can only kill 1 person per night. If that makes any sense. Jester's even more baby mode than fucking Executioner at this point. You claim Marshall, and if there's a Marshall in the game, you win. You just fucking win. It's stupid. Marshall is stupid. They need to nerf Marshall. But I fucking love that role so much. I'm gonna get to you. I'm actually putting him last. Because I feel like he deserves it. Jinx. What Jinx is the Coven version of Crusader. And I'm going to put it above Crusader, but not higher and not lower. Because what Coven needs is kills. And Jinx can definitely provide those kills. But there's one balancing factor that holds Jinx back. Coven always would like a 2nd kill per night. But then again, Jinx can just be found out if 2 people visit their target. So you can't be too gung-ho and go on the Jailer who has like 38 town protects on him and just get exposed by every single one of them. No, you've got to play it smart. You've got to play it sneaky. And that's what's so bad about the Jinx. But what's so good about the Jinx is just how fast you can play it if Jinx is good. If Jinx gets like a bunch of kills, or like if Jinx gets like 2 kills, well then Jinx is just set. Jinx is fucking set. Look out. Look out, look out, look out. Lookout is a role, I guess. Is it Town Protect? No, it's Town Investigative, but it functions a lot more like one. Basically, you can check who visits their target. And I feel like this is probably better than Circer. Actually, it's better than CL. I'll be real. Lookout is really good. And it's underrated how good it is. Because, like, you can ask, like, a Town Protect to go on someone, and then just look at them. And then see if that Town Protect is genuine or not. Because that Town Protect could just be, I don't know, fucking Doomsayer. Or CK. Lookout is much better than you guys think. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Tracker right now, because Tracker is like the reverse of Lookout. You track someone and see who they visit. And I feel like these roles are pretty equal in power. But like Tracker is much easier to use, so that's why it gets the edge. Mayor, Mayor, Mayor. Oh, look how you've fallen off. You get bottom of B tier. What's so bad about Mayor in this game, you may ask? Well, it is all because of one specific role's introduction. A role that fucking shapes this game. It's just crazy how much it shapes this game. We'll get to that role soon enough. But for now, you must know, Mayor is just worse in this current metagame. I think it's better than, actually, I think it's high B tier. But, like, it's nowhere near the S tier levels. You can't just say, oh, I'm Mayor day 1. It just immediately reveal, which was my favorite part about Mayor in Town of Salem 1. Alright. Medusa. Medusa, Medusa, Medusa. This scroll got a nerf, an indirect one, because now coroner can examine stone bodies. Then again, having stone bodies is like... It does deny the town a lot of information. So I'd say Medusa goes... I feel like it's slightly above Coven Leader, but not above Lookout. Monarch. What Monarch is a better mayor. Because you don't have to claim it. You can just knight to confirm people. Monarch is S tier. It's not as good as Jailer, but I feel like... Actually, no, it's worse than Conj. Actually, no, it's better than Conj because it gets basic defense. That's what gives it the edge over Conj. Because Conj, you can just kill that before it meteors. With, like, Vigi or something. Necromancer. Where do I put Necro? Because the thing is, Retributionist is actually kind of goated in this game. You can just use someone's ability all the time. Constantly. I mean, there's a lot of roles that you can't use, but, like, at the end of the day, you can just keep using Trickster and just keep killing people. I should probably rate Trickster next, just because it's just such an anticlimactic role to rate. Anyways, back to Necromancer. However, Necromancer is different. You can't just use Vigi all 3 times. You can only use your corpses once. Retributionists can use their corpses infinitely. But Necromancer, no. You have to use each and every one once. Which sucks. And most of your Coven members, you can't revive them. You can't revive Medusa to just say, alright, I need 1 more stone. Thank you. Wait, actually, can you revive Medusa? I think I did that. But, like, it's not that great. It's not that great. It's not that great. A lot of the Coven isn't that great in this game. Trickster goes in the bottom of S because I'm mad about it. Actually, no, it probably goes around here. Top of A tier. Not because it's a fun roll, not because it's a good roll, not because it's a balanced roll, because it can just kill someone and there's nothing you can do about it. There's just no counterplay to a Trickster. There's never any counterplay. If a Trickster just decides, oh, I want to push buttons, they can fucking push buttons. And you can just die. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. Actually, no, it's the second worst thing that's ever happened to this metagame. I'm looking at you, Marshall. I'm fucking looking at you. Pirate. Yar, matey. I'm gonna have to do everything in this fucking review in pirate speak. Yar, matey. The pirate is really good. I'm not gonna follow up with that bit. But pirate. Pirate is a very interesting neutral. Because it is the last neutral that can side with Town. That also is, like, not like Jester or Executioner, which Town doesn't really want to get out. It's the last NB. And what Pirate is you play rock, paper, scissors with someone, and if they lose, they die. And it's very easy to side, but here's the issue. Normally, I'd rank Pirate, like, right here. Or, like, actually, it would be right here. Pirate would definitely be, like, A tier. However, how fucking ever, because of you, Marshall, Pirate gets to go in right here. Actually, no, it gets to go right here. Top of C tier. Because Marshall will always fucking make the game go by really, really fast. Whether it's you winning or you losing. Marshall, you just die. I will get to Marshall. I know there's been a lot of talk about Marshall. But we will get to him. We will get to him. Plague Bearer. So, the pestilence rework, huh? Spreading pestilence is a very interesting idea. The problem is people quarantine, so you're just back to what you're doing before. Except I'm pretty sure it's not rampaging anymore. But yeah, it's pretty decent. Once Pestilence is a very powerful role. You can't just, like, shoot it with Vigi or kill it with Deputy. You can only, like, prosecute it or hang it or marshal it. Can't have Vet get it. You can't have shit done to it. Can't even have a bodyguard kill it or a trapper. That invincible defense is a much stronger attribute than anybody realizes. It's much stronger than you think. But it's still not as super strong. I think it's better than Berserker, but worse than Mayor. Because it does take some time to set up. Poisoner. And I'm just going to put Tavern Keeper up here too. So let's just start with Tavern Keeper. Tavern Keeper is average. What Tavern Keeper does is you just get to stop somebody from playing the game once. You just get to say, no, you don't get to do your role. Nuh-uh. Which is pretty decent. It used to be much better, but they took away the fact that you can roll block 2 people nights in a row, which is healthier for the metagame, but also worse for the Tavern Keeper. Now to Poisoner. Poisoner is right here. Right next to Jinx. Why? Because of Poison. Poisoner gets 1 kill a game. Just as a homage to what they did in Town of Salem 1. You can just slip poison in someone's drink. And they still get the roadblocks of Tavern Keeper. Which makes it really, really good. Because Coven can just get an additional kill night 1. And then just get going. Now, Potion Master. Potion Master is probably S tier. It's better than Monarch. Why? Because if Coven can, like, push the neutral killings out, they've got, like, a free road to victory. If they can waste all the trials on NKs, they get Madge, they just kill the rest of the town, and they win. And plus, with one other role that we'll talk about in 4 roles time, it's insane. It's completely insane. But actually, it isn't as insane as I once thought, because all it's doing is revealing. And Coven needs to actually push the NKs, which is a risky maneuver. So I will put it above Trekker and Lookout, but below Arso. Prosecutor gets an S tier, easy. It's better than Monarch. Prosecutor just got buffed, and it's insane. Prosecutor trials no longer take up the trial slot for today. Before that, I would have said he was like B tier, because he's still good. But now, you just get 2 deputy shots, which is insanity. Because deputy was balanced around having just 1. You gotta use it wisely. Prosecutor, double kill. Let's fucking go. Psychic is also S tier, to be honest, but it's bottom of S tier. Psychic, actually no, I feel like it's A tier. It's above Potion Master, but not better than Arsonist. Psychic gives you 3 people to choose from. It gives town very early leads, very early pushes for claims. It makes town a lot more aggro in the long run, and I feel like that's very beneficial. That's incredibly beneficial. Now, Retribution is you can just use someone's role, so I'm just going to put that, probably top of B tier, because you can use some pretty powerful roles. Actually, below Pestilence. But, if you don't get any of those powerful roles, like Vigilante, it's kind of not a lot good role. The best part about it is that you can actually Monarch yourself, and you get an achievement for doing that called self-promotion. Anyway, speaking of self-promotion, you can watch me over at my Twitch and the link is twitch.tv/KirbyFan2525. I stream Town of Salem there sometimes. I also stream Jackbox a lot, and you should definitely follow it. It is such a fun time there. I hope to see you over there. The link will be in the description, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to remember to put it in. And you can also join my Discord, which I'm also going to link in the description. Self-promotion over. Time for Ritualist. Ritualist goes up here. Ritualist, even after the nerfs in like pre-alpha, is still overpowered. And I don't think there's any fixing it. Ritualist affects the way you play Town of Salem 2 in such a gigantic way that it needs a further deep dive. This is one of 2 deep dives. The other being Guess Fucking Who. It starts with an M and ends with an Marshal. Surprise, surprise, I'm going to be doing a deep dive on Marshal. But Ritualist, back to that. Ritualist kills you if you say your role out loud if you're not a town investigative. It was absolutely unhealthy for the game. Nobody liked it when you could guess town investigatives. Nobody liked it when Ritualist wasn't punished for making an incorrect choice. Nobody fucking liked it. According to the pre-alpha testers. I'm not one of them. But then they nerfed it, and nerfed it, and nerfed it again. And it's still fucking overpowered. Because you now no longer have, like, someone claiming, oh, I'm bodyguard, oh, I'm freaking investigator, oh, I'm the jailer, TPLO on me. No, you'll get ridded immediately. Ritualist will whack your ass with immediate same-day delivery. So you can no longer do those things. You can no longer have jailer TPLO matter. And that's probably why Mayor sucks. Because Mayor, you reveal to everybody, and Ritualist can still guess you. It's bad. It's really bad. It's not a good force in the metagame. Now Seer, another ludicrously overpowered role, gets an S tier. It says a lot that most of the roles in S tier right now are either pushed by a new role or are new roles. The only one still remaining is Jailer. Anyways, Seer is the best town investigative. No joke. You will always find someone enemies. And they've nerfed it. They've nerfed it and nerfed it over again. To the point where I think it's worse than Monarch now. But it's still over fucking powered. You no longer can say 2 people consecutively. You no longer can just be like, oh, I'm gonna say 5 and 8. Oh, they're enemies. 8 was Coven. I'm gonna say 5 and 3. Oh, they're friends. 5 and 3 are both confirmed. But it's still bad. It's still bad. You can still have so many. Seer creates so many unfair 1-for-1s. It's insanity. It's just unfair. Alright, back to normalcy. Serial Killer. It's a top of D tier. Actually, no, it's better than Necromancer, better than Baker, worse than Investigator. Serial Killer did get a very noticeable buff in this game, which I think makes it better than, like, Tavern Keeper or Bodyguard. Serial Killer now rampages, which is pretty good if you want to break through other opposing NKs, like Arsonist, or Baker, or Werewolf. But the thing is, Arsonist, Baker, and Werewolf can also break through you. And it's sort of a double-edged sword. But over and over, SK is still pretty good. It's still pretty Sheriff is the most average of all roles. I will not be elaborating. You just say if one person is Coven or not. It's fucking completely average. There's nothing more to say about it. I'm sorry. I can't make a detailed analysis on the gameplay of Sheriff. Shroud is a worse serial killer, landing it in D tier. What Shroud does is it has basic attack, basic defense, and you can have it kill whoever. You can have it kill whoever, or you can have it just go. If someone visits, then you go kill whoever they visit. And if they don't visit, you die instead. There are some notable advantages to this. They're all niche. They're about as niche as Illusionist. Because they do make your target seem like the harmful visitor. And they do make you have an astral visit. But still, you're going to be sussed either way when Tracker says, oh, you didn't visit last night. Where the fuck were you? And you can't just claim TP, I selfed, or psychic anymore. Because TP, I selfed is very still sus. And psychic visits now. If only they added a good town role they didn't visit and couldn't confirm itself. Unfortunately, they didn't, making Shroud and Doomsayer's lives a living hell. Soul Collector is bottom of S tier, because if you have anybody on your side, you can make the most fucking risky-ass gambles in history, because you just auto-win if you survive the day. You just completely win. It's hard to do it, but, like, if you have a good team, you can have them just, like, claim Doomsayer, which is a really, really sus thing to claim when death comes out. And have them get lynched, push them, and uh-oh, they're Plague Bearer. Well, shit, we lose. But it is hard to do solo, so I'm going to put it down to top of A tier. Spy. What does Spy even add to this game? Its only good function is maybe an arsonist cleaning itself off, and then illusionist, just illusionist in general. It is such a bad role. It's the bottom of D tier. Spy is just terrible. And if there's a Plague Bearer in the game, that makes everything worse, because now your bugs are just gonna be like, your target is plagued. Your target is plagued. Your target is fucking plagued. Trapper. Trapper is like Bodyguard if they didn't have to die, but also had a cooldown, which makes it, I think, a little worse than Crusader, but better than Pirate. Right now, at least. Definitely better than Doomsayer, though. Vet. Everybody loves Vet, right? Vet is such a classic role, and it still holds up. If you're a skilled veteran, you can easily make this role A tier. If you do a really good vet bait, this role is very much A tier. Actually, if you're like insane a veteran, you can even push it to the bottom of vest, but that's about as far as it'll go. You can kill an insane amount of people with vet, but you can also kill an insane amount of town with that. It's a double-edged sword. Plus, you can usually confirm yourself, which, like, you also have curse powers as well. You have Trickster plus Curse, which is insanity. Vigilante, I feel like, is equal on power level with Deputy. And I think it's better than Soul Collector. But it is not as good as Veteran. Vigilante gets 3 bullets. They're all basic attacks, unfortunately. Not powerful attacks like the Deputies. And they get shot at night instead of the day. Which is very balanced with Deputy. Voodoo Master. Voodoo Master is probably top of B tier. It's not as good as the Coven Leader, but it's really good. Because you can just stop someone from voting and keep that that delicious Coven majority. It basically makes your Coven have 1 less vote needed to get majority, which is very good. And also, you can make silence people seem like really sus and get like 1 free lynch out of it. But that's an advanced technique that probably none of you fucking care about. Werewolf. So, Werewolf is interesting. You get a powerful rampaging attack every single night, except 1 and 3. And on nights 1 and 3, you basically get Tracker, so you get a free fake claim. I mean, it's not 100% 3, but, like, it's a pretty easy fake claim. I feel like Werewolf is, like, also B tier. I think it's worse than Berserker, but it's better than Jinx. Wildling. Wildling is Lookout and Tracker combined into a disgusting combo, but it's also not Town. but it also can see whispers, which is insane. Whisper chat is insane. So, bottom of S you go. Which is also completely insane, because you can just control someone. I don't think it beats Soul Collector, or Vigi, or Deputy in that matter. But it's really good. Which you can just invalidate someone. You can just invalidate the Berserker, but you gotta find him first. Oh yeah, and also it makes an excellent combo with the Ritualist, just like the Potion Master does. And now the 2 new roles, what you've all been waiting for, probably. I'm getting this video out fast, so this is probably going to be the first one to feature these roles. The Socialite is first up. What the Socialite does is in the day you can decide if you want to have a party. And then you can have night chat with all the town. Which is pretty good. But the best part is that you can stop evils from having night chat too. Is it better than CL? Yes. Is it better? Actually, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's better than Voodoo or Mayor, but it's better than Pest. It's better than Pest. Yeah, you saw this coming, weren't you? Marshall, where to fucking start? As of the time I'm recording this video, it is 10:14 p.m. I'm going to be ranting here. I'm going to bet that I'm going to be ranting here for a full 10 minutes. Actually, we need to create a separate tier above for Marshall. Marshall is crazy. This may be the hype of the new role, but I rated Socialite in B tier, so I'm unbiased. Marshall is fucking insanity. The way Marshall works is that during the day, you can call for a tribunal to take place. What's a tribunal, you may ask? Well, a tribunal is basically when you just decide to kill 3 people. You just say, actually, fuck you, and kill 3 people. So, in detail, what actually happens during the tribunal. So, you can use every single trial. The second you put someone on trial, they get hanged immediately. It's immediate death. You get an extra vote, which helps you leave the tribunal. And you get extra time to work out your decisions. Although most towns don't fucking need them. Because the way town plays this is they just go haywire and vote the first person the marshal votes. And then they just fucking die. And then they do the next thing, and they just fucking die. And then they do the next thing, and they just fucking die. And by the time you're done, 3 people are dead. Who cares if it's town? Who fucking cares? The marshal doesn't get punished if it's town. Nothing fucking happens if one of them is town. Who cares if it's a jester? The jester can haunt anybody anyway. Who fucking cares? Who cares if that was an executioner's target? That breaks the game, but whoopsie. If they can torment anybody. Who cares if that whole lead you've been following was a lie? Who fucking cares? You can just lynch the TI. It's fucking insanity. It's horrible. It just destroys fake claims. It just destroys real claims. It destroys everything about this game. It destroys pirates. It destroys doomsayers. It destroys arsonists. Honestly, because of Marshall, I'm going to be moving arsonist right next to pirate. Probably a little bit better. But just because of this insane role. This role is crazy beyond belief, because you just decide 3 people have to die. You just say no, and 3 people get obliterated. There are no survivors. There are no survivors to a martial tribunal. You try to claim TP, you just got murdered. You try to claim, 30 minutes before the martial tribunal, too bad, you just got murdered. There's no counterplay. It's like Trickster, but 3 times worse, and the marshal doesn't die, and instead gets immediately confirmed. This role is stupid. You're stupid. Everybody is stupid. Nothing is sacred anymore. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to the Town of Salem metagame. I expect it to get nerfed. This is going to get nerfed into the ground tomorrow. I swear. I will be updating. I'm not going to actually update my tier list, actually. But this role is just crazy. This role has no chill. This is the most broken role ever to be added. And I feel like it's not BMG's fault. Because this role, as some of you know, this role, they asked the Better Town of Salem 2 developers and said, oh, we really like this Marshall role you've been cooking. Can we use it? And they were like, fuck yeah, I want to do that. That's so fucking cool. And they were super excited for it. And honestly, I can agree with them. It's super fucking cool. The second you put a martial tribunal up, you get the fucking most adrenaline rush shit in history. It's insanity. You get the biggest shot of adrenaline you can ever get by playing a fucking social deduction game. As a townie. Maybe sometimes being imposter in Among Us is more adrenaline. But no. So that's why I'm urging you right now. I'm urging you right now to go play Marshall before they nerf it into the ground. Because it is probably the most broken and most fun role they've ever made. When you play Marshall, you feel fucking powerful. In conclusion, the Marshall is a bitch and it's horrible. But it's also cool as shit and I love it. But overall, he looks like he's wearing a marching band uniform, so that means he's an automatic 10 out of 10. Blank Media Games buff him by